I know what being depressed is like. I know what it is to spend hours and hours and even days wanting to leave your bed and not being able to do that. Rotting in bed for hours and hours and thinking how nice it would be if you were not depressed, if you were able to somehow live a normal life and like do normal things that normal people do. And how life is just living. You're just rotting in bed and life is... And you scroll on your phone whilst you see thousands of people who seem to be living the best life. Everyone but yourself. I know what being heavily depressed feels like because this is my situation, unfortunately, and I think that the best advices come from experience. So today I want to bring you 5 things that are very simple that personally help me. That are quite simple but personally have helped me, and they help me to at least feel like maybe life is worth living. I'm not saying you're going to feel like, yay, I'm not depressed anymore. That's fake. But it does help. So the first one is start small. Okay? If you're in your bed, which is normally what tends to happen, sit up. I know you think this is stupid, but if you're really depressed, you will know how hard this is when you are. Because the thing about being heavily depressed is that you have sometimes moments in which you act like a normal person, even though you're still depressed. But there are like days that you're more inside. Your depression, like there are days that you wake up and depression doesn't let you breathe. It's like depression is hugging you like this. There's no way you can get off. But there's other days that you're able to do certain things and it's there and you still feel depressed, but it's not stopping you from living life. But obviously some days it does stop you. So in days like this, just sit up. Sitting up is just the minimum thing. And it's such a small thing, but it feels like a big deal because for you at that time, and for me, it is a massive deal. Being able to just sit up is absolutely amazing. It's a win. It's a huge step. And if you need to put some pillows, but just anything that allow, because you're in bed, you're probably lying down. So sit up, okay? And this is more about making a small shift, right? Like letting your mind, I'm making a small change and maybe I'm going to be doing something else. At least I'm not going to be laying down in bed for more hours. So it's just a simple signal, but yet so big that you're giving to your brain into, I'm going to do another action. But it doesn't matter how similar it seems or irrelevant, it is a big deal for you at the time. It's a big and massive step to find one reason to get out of bed. I know you may not find any, which is my case, and it could be the dumbest thing in the world. It could just be remembering you put the washing machine on last night and you didn't take things out. So it may be just opening the washing machine. It could be just feeding your dog if you've got one, or feeding your cat, just petting your cat, or just opening your window in the kitchen. It could be the dumbest thing in the world, but just find one reason, at least mentally fast, to get out of bed. Me personally, I do it for food. When I've been so many hours in bed, it's super embarrassing, but it is how it is. The thing is that I obviously I'm starving, when I've been almost 24/7 in bed, I'm starving loads. So I'll desperately, drag myself to the kitchen. And my favorite food is breakfast, so I will have some toast with turkey and olive oil, and somehow at least it's pleasure in my mouth, so in a way it feels like maybe it's not like I don't feel depressed, but it's just a sign to remind myself that I also deserve to be taken care of. And because I'm not doing it, right? If I've been rotting in bed, because the thing is, you're not only depressed, but you're allowing depression to win. And I know those days, that's all you want to do. Because that's all I want to do is like, take me. I don't want to even know that I exist. I don't even want to open my eyes. Just take me, consume me in this bed. But we also know that when there are too many days of this, it actually starts to get very concerning. Because it feels like you will never be able to live a normal life. You will never be able to go to the grocery store and buy water. Maybe you haven't drunk water in like a couple of days. So it can get very concerning. And I think sometimes we have to be like, okay, just give me even if you're not allowing me to give me a break, just give me a tiny break to eat, and because these things make you feel like at least you deserve to have a normal life. So the dumbest thing, but anything that makes you get out of bed. And once again, it could be a pet that needs you. It could be a dog that's also hungry, that hasn't had breakfast yet. But any reason, you will be, as long as you find a reason to get out of bed and you do that, you will be winning. You will be making progress. And if you get to do this, you are already winning. You are winning. And it's just important to focus on the moment. Because what tends to happen, at least to me, I may take 3 hours before I actually get out of bed. Because I think about, the turkey, the breakfast. But then I'll think about the whole day. I don't think about the moment. I'm thinking, I've ruined my whole day. It's already 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. That tends to happen to me. I haven't even left bed apart from going to the toilet. And it's like my day's ruined and I will never be able to make a productive day out of this. But that's the issue. Because then you just do not do anything at all, which is worse, and you feel worse. And then it's more likely that the day after, you're going to allow the person to beat you again. And another person always wins. Because it's always there. And even if you get to do things, it's there. But you know very well that days that you get to do anything for yourself, no matter how small it is, you feel like, okay, I am depressed, but I had a nice day. And for someone who is depressed, to be able and knowing yourself that you've had a good day within your depression, that is already enough of a reason to want to see another day. And I know that you know that, and I know that. And we both know how it feels. No one that hasn't experienced this will be able to understand, but I know you do, just like I do. And doing these tiny things makes you want to wake up tomorrow, because there is a chance you may be able to do 2-3 things that make you feel like your life is not a waste of time and of existence and a waste in general. 3. Do any simple skincare thing like self-care. It doesn't have to be doing makeup like I have now. It could just be washing your face. Just wash your face. Just put water on your face. Or just brush your hair. Anything. Brush your teeth. Wash your hands with soap. Any tiny thing that is related to self-care. Because on step number 3, we are taking into account you would already be out of bed. Okay, so you're out of bed. You can do these things as well. But always one step at a time. Do not try to do it all at once, because then you will not do anything at all. You are in the extreme. You are in a corner. You are at the edge. Do not make things hard for yourself. Number 4, eat something. I know you're not going to cook a full meal. I know being depressed is like, that's the last thing you'll do. And that's the last thing I'll do. But just have a snack. Sometimes we go because we are in the edge mentally. Even that day, like, depression is consuming us more. And the issue is that we let it win in terms of we make, and because we're feeling bad, we punish ourselves more. And we think, you think about like a detailed meal, like some chicken with some sauce and some potatoes, and you're like, I'm not going to do that, so I'm not going to eat because I do not deserve to eat. Because I'm a waste. And then we take it to the extreme because mentally we are that day at that extreme as well. So obviously we're going to behave likewise. We're at the extreme, so we are going to behave in the extreme. And that's why we do not leave the bed as well. But my point is, have a snack, any snack. Like, do not just think, the whole meal. No. A banana sandwich like I do, because for me it's so easy. I just grab the pieces of toast, put it on the pan, heat up. Takes like 30 seconds. Put turkey olive oil, eat it. It's super quick. A yogurt, a glass of milk, anything that for you is super easy. Just do that. Please, just feed yourself. I will have done this, I think, on a step 2. Yeah, because I said find one reason to get out of bed, and for me it will be that one, like having my toasts. So I will have done that already on step number 2. Sorry, because there's a train. I didn't know which moment I decided to move in next to a train station. It's just very, very therapeutical as well. Super relaxing. It stresses the hell out of me actually all the time because it's like every 20 minutes. But let's continue. So for me, I would have done that already, but step towards it is something because we know depression kills your appetite because you think you are not deserving of good things. You think you deserve the worst for the reason you do not eat. Because if you do not deserve good things, you don't eat. You do not leave your bedroom. You do not do anything that, it will make you feel good, or at least it will make you feel less bad, We don't do that. We don't do them, even though we know they will help. Because we are in such edge that nothing is just, we don't deserve anything at the time. And I know how it feels. So we don't do anything. So, yeah. Depression does kill your appetite, and food is fuel, and we need food in order to have energy. And another thing that depression does, is make you exhausted, and not because you've just run a marathon, even though that's how it feels like, but because you are mentally shattered, you're mentally destroyed, you're mentally on 0%, you're mentally exhausted. So your body is going to react as if you just ran a marathon. You're going to be shattered, tired, and as if you had been 4 days without sleeping. And if you also add the fact that you're not feeding yourself, well, you've done it. I mean, it's the perfect set for failure. So just make sure that you eat something. It doesn't matter if it's a small snack. But all these things that you may think, they're irrelevant because I don't want to leave. I swear that if you do these steps, and I know there's days that you probably have done these steps and days that you haven't managed to do so, but if maybe the day that you really think, I can't, I've been in bed for 15 hours or 12 hours, if you do these steps, I guarantee you, and no matter how bad the day can be, even compared to your other daily days filled with depression, but in those that is not so extreme, but today it is more extreme, I guarantee that no matter how bad it is, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel like, well, maybe I can do that thing. When I do this step number 3, any simple self-care thing, such as washing my face, I said to you, sometimes being like, okay, I'm just gonna wash my hands and splash water on my face, and suddenly I think, should I put some serum? Should I put some face cream? It's like I always say this: one good action leads to another one. So I always feel like and think that one good action takes you to another good action. It's just the body knows what it is to feel somehow good, and maybe you haven't felt fine in years and you've been depressed for years, but your body still knows the things that are good for it. And when you do that thing, then because it knows that will make it feel good. And that's amazing. So, and I'll say number 5, find any kind of activity, no matter how easy it is, that brings you comfort. When we are depressed, we crave comfort. That's why we don't leave the bed. That's why we're all day in our pajamas, or we do not change outfit. And this is where you have to break. Okay? And this is what you have to do. Find anything that brings you comfort. Anything. It could be playing your favorite video game. I don't care. If it brings you comfort and it makes you change a scenario, and you go from being in your bedroom 12 hours or 15 or 20 hours into going to the living room and playing video games, that's a win. You're excited about that, was you're playing, so that's a win. That's a win. So that will be one example: listening to music, watching a movie, putting even a TV show you watched 13 times in the background. I do not care. Maybe grabbing that book you've wanted to read for ages, and maybe not even reading the book, but just going through the pages and just reading a sentence. Anything that makes you feel good. It doesn't have to be anything massive. It doesn't have to be leaving your house. Maybe it's ordering your favorite coffee online. Maybe it's actually picking it up in person and then coming back home. Anything. And I want you to erase the word productivity out of your mind, because this is not about being productive. This is about you feeling good, you feeling any kind of joy, and you connecting with the idea of rotting in bed is not ideal, and it's not something that I want to do every day. And maybe next time you're having a very thick depression day, in which depression is hugging you, it doesn't let you go, maybe that day it will be most likely that you repeat these 5 steps, because these 5 steps will break the negative and the toxic loop you are stuck in, and it will make you feel like at least you've got some control over your life, like at least this life is yours, that your choices do matter and that you control your life, which I think is what we tend to lose when we're depressed. We lose sense of individuality, and we lose sense of this is my life and I control it. We just think depression controls our life and there's nothing we can do about it. But that's not true. There's so much we can do about it, and it doesn't have to be done in massive steps. It can be done in small ways and in small steps, but it will still lead you to the same end, which is you feeling happier, which is what you want. So I hope these 5 steps help you. Personally, they help me so much. I have been struggling with depression for like 2 years. For me to do this right now on a Sunday, to wear this, even though I've got my pajama, like trouser pajama, be able to do my makeup, it actually took all the energy that I had. And I had been rotting in bed for like 13 hours. And I had zero inspiration to do this video, but I knew that I wanted to do it. I had written the 5 steps that helped me. And I'm like, I need to break this loop, because I don't want to feel like I want to die every day. So I really hope this video has somehow helped you. I know these things may seem useless at the time, like they do for me, but like when I actually do them, they do make a difference. So I truly just hope that they can make a difference for you. And I wish you the best in the world, and I hope to see you soon. Subscribe if you wish to see more videos like this, and I hope you're okay as much as you can be. But yeah, I love you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon.